in the group. So talk to us about Jamie. Welcome, Jamie.
Welcome.
Thanks, Craig. Thank you.
Great to have you here, mate. Where do we start? If we talk Giants, we talk in the early days.
Let's talk about your relationship early.
We
it's a big
went,
relationship.
mate. We went to kindy together. We lived around the corner. It goes back a long, long way. We grew up together. I got him to play baseball. He didn't want to play. He didn't like the game.
Thank God you put him in.
Mate, I'm a salesman. It's my job. Sell the game, right?
At 4.
That's right. At 4. Come on. And I had the pleasure of watching his baseball week in, week out as a pitcher. He was just a dominant pitcher and just strike guys out. We hardly have got any plays in the field because he kept blowing it by him, and as a hitter, he'd smash it over the field. And just to watch and play alongside this guy has been an absolute pleasure, and tomorrow's going to be a great day. He's going to start off.
So let's talk about that. So Jamie, so if you can lead into this, there is something special happening tomorrow.
Yeah, so it's his 900th senior club game, and he'll be starting pitcher. Now, are you playing tomorrow?
No, I'm not playing tomorrow. No. I played my first game and my only game for the year last week.
Hit one way back, I heard too.
Well, that's okay. Yeah, that's fine.
But yeah, he will be starting pitcher for...
that one up. Bites up the centre baseman in Kim Joo-sung. And whether there or not, we'll leave the scorers to work that out.
So, mate, we've been doing a lot
on. That's the main thing.
We've been doing a lot of talking. Jamie, 900 games. Wow.
It's a lot, just still enjoying it. And tomorrow playing a D3 game at home, and hopefully I'll get a few outs, and we'll go from there.
What the good thing about it is, if you have a looking through the games that James has played, and it's across the board. So he just loves playing the game, and he'll get out and throw Div 8 last year, and because he wanted to play Div 8 and then watch his son Jack play, and Div 7 and Div 5 and Div 4, and just a gamer. And tell us your attitude of that. Would you just want to keep playing?
Yeah, mate. I'll play as long as I enjoy the game, and it's the best game in the world, and everyone here gets that. And we all get brought into different sports as juniors and that sort of thing. And I found baseball. I just had a niche with that, and everyone around us, with Soup recruiting me in Tonsley Park Primary School Baseball Academy, and at about 7 years old, and it's just a great game.
As we see Quincy Lattimore go down in strikes, uncharacteristic of Quincy, just chasing a pitch on the outside part of the plate.
So as a pitcher back in the early days, you in the Giants at a Heritage night, how does this feel for you coming out here, seeing all this?
Well, I've spent, the last couple of hours down in that right field line there with a lot of guys from that era, and what Eric's done here with getting this group together, the Claxton Club together, is really special, really. He's brought generations from the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, and even 2000s and beyond, but they're all together now, and it's just a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
And the Giants are the Giants, and I had a couple of years there, but it hurt my elbow back in that second year, and
just we've got an injury. You catches, you cop a lot, and Kim Kya-Yoon has caught one on the wrist at full pace. Geelong crew have brought over 3 catches.
Hope I don't get
He's
one
going to do
tomorrow.
everything in his power to take the next pitch, I'm sure, but right now needs a bit of attention, which gives us a chance to have a chat.
Yeah, it is a tough position to play. You do get beat up back there, and I've got a lot of young kids I'm working with at the moment, and especially some young catchers, including my son, and trying to teach them that you are going to get hurt, you are going to have to put yourself in jeopardy of saving a play by putting your body in there. So. And that one there wasn't expected. That came off his actual wrist, I believe, like just above his wrist, his forearm. So, you know, it's a tough position, but we are a strong bunch, aren't we, Pratt?
Yes, we are. So on that, we just jumped on the injury. So you were,
I wanted to talk about that.
At that point in time, you're an up-and-coming star of the Adelaide Giants, star of Goodwood Baseball Club, and
you really were, Bush, because you know, coming through there, and I was coming through as a junior. I was only 15 or 16 at the time, and I knew that you were around and very, very important part of South Australian baseball. I mean, like, how big was that injury for you? Because that really did hamper your career.
It was massive for me. Like, I was just working out how to pitch, really. I was 20 years old. And,
best mate had just signed and playing in America.
Yeah, Huts, yeah. He was killing it, and he's going through the grades over there, but, like, very quickly. But I, just did a UCL, and, like, I was the second guy that the doctor had operated on for that sort of injury.
It was all new, wasn't it?
I was all new. I didn't get Tommy John.
But no one knew. No one knew anything.
But at that point in time...
But that sort of, you know, I was very brief in a couple of years in the Giants, but I was very brief there, and then it was like...
But if you didn't get injured, you wouldn't have been brief.
Yeah, but I had to move on, you know. I had to recreate myself as a hitter.
Well, you recreated yourself as one of Adelaide's premium hitters.
And
sorry, we'll go ahead.
It's a night that we're talking to legends, and I reckon we've got, well, a future one right at the plate. Jordan McArdle is on a full count with 2 out, so we just better take this pitch with Wingrove on, and well, Wingrove's off. McArdle strikes out, set that up, nothing happened. That is the Giants done in the 6th, but we're not too concerned. They have a good lead. Wattsy.
Yeah, Jordan's been taking a few of those pitches there. He is very particular on what his approach is and where his pitch is. Probably needs to be a little bit
open.
Take that 2-strike approach.
Yep.
You know, who am I to argue? The guys can smash the ball at the moment,
right.
But just with that 2-strike approach there, you know, maybe just open it up a little bit, but good pitch on the inside part of the plate.
All right, gentlemen, we do have some bills to pay. We'll take a quick ad break, be back with a little bit more very shortly. Hope you're enjoying the Australian Baseball League.
What brings me to work every day is I like to deliver results, not only for the company but for the community. SA Power Networks is empowering the community through connecting with everyone through a lot of the apps and the information they're sharing with people. So through doing that, they're empowering them to make better decisions and informed decisions when their power's out. I feel that we're a real integral part of the community, not only in the Riverland but in South Australia.
Welcome back to the 7th we go. A wonderful night for the South Australian baseball community. A big crowd, a good result so far for the home team. And we've had a chance to have some legends in the booth. Soup Dog, take us away.
Yes, well, we're just talking to Jamie Bushell here, who Adelaide Giants in the early eras of the Giants. Cut short of a career from a pitching career with an arm injury, and then has a year off and comes back as a first baseman. I've got to say, Craig, you could just throw anything to him at first and picked it up. And as a hitter, stealing bases, the Flying Gazelle, as he was known as well. So you really forgot about pitching and became the complete package, and 3-time best and fairest for the Goodwood Baseball Club. So talk us through the transition from being a pitcher to a position player.
Well,
you loved the game, you were good enough.
My pitching career was done there at that point, but, you know, I was still loved the game. And
that one is put up in the Wingrove direction. Ward now takes control of the fly ball, has to go back. Never in doubt. Had it all the way. And that retired was Kim Tae-yoon. Coming up, Kim Joo-sung.
But yeah, it was just like just get on with it. And I was moved over to first base and just hitting the ball around, and we were trying to build a club and get some success.
So in those early years when you did finish up with the Giants and you did move over,
hard hit ball, but foul. Almost took out a couple of youngsters leaning over the railing.
It was a tough time at the club. It was a tough time with Goodwood. You didn't have a huge amount of success when you did in the early 90s, mid-90s. So with that, I mean, you're a leader of the club. You had, Scotty, who next to me, who made the Giants in that mid-90s, and you would have been super proud of the Soup Dog making that team. Ground ball, the shortstop, Martinez off balance. Great pick there by Wingrove. Excellent play there.
Twitter is about to light up again, play. I think.
Yeah, really, really good play there. Off balance to get a very fast runner. So, talk through how you had to change. So Goodwood had a lot of success early. Then in those mid-90s, there was not much success. You come into those late 90s, you're still playing, and you get you got a Goodwood team that's just winning flags and making finals. How did that change?
It was transition. It wasn't overnight. It took 3-4 years, and we got Dale Schmidt on board as coach, and he was important. And then got some players on board, like Chunky came to the club, and he was amazing.
You did some recruiting from Southern Districts, there's no doubt.
And Fiji, he was a pro at that time with the Twins. So, he was in and out with the club, But and Jussie Clark, there's all these guys that just. Then Mike Morrow came to the club, and it was just a build over 3 or 4 years of getting to somewhere where we could actually build to win a premiership.
But you were instrumental behind that, Bushy. You were driving the belief of Goodwood Baseball Club.
There was more than me. There was many people, mate.
Yep.
And probably a handful of people.
He won't take credit for anything.
No, and he doesn't. But you're right. But one thing that I have, I've been a stirred boy and I have moved, and it's been critical of, some people that I had moved to different clubs around, and we're talking club ball now, and I think people will be interested to hear this, is that the Goodwood Indians Baseball Club has had a lot of players been drawn to it for its success over the last 20 years, 25 years. There are 4 or 5 people within that club that have made that become. There is no one that is leaving that club, though. There is no one that leaves that club. You have a look at everybody that has been instrumental. Everyone stays there, whether they finish their career or they continue on coaching in junior levels. There's something that draws people there and keeps people there.
Well, see, culture is key.
Yeah.
And you got to, I'm not saying that our club is great at it, but we are good at it. And, every club needs to keep working on that. And Sturt are great at that as well, to be honest. They are very good at that. And
there's lots of good clubs out there, there's no doubt.
Many other clubs around the SA big leagues that are just all over that sort of stuff, and they're working on it weekly. The coaches are working on it, and it's key. You want your players to want to stay there. You want your juniors to come up through the ranks and just want to be there. You don't want them to go off to another club. You want them to be there and get coached well and have fun playing baseball.
On the hill now for Geelong career there. New inning, new pitcher, Jaimin Choi, who has an ERA of 1.65 from his 16 innings pitched. By far the best in the Geelong career lineup. He will face, I think it's 6, 7, 8 in the Giants lineup. Martinez, Carr, then Liam Spence.
So early 90s, you get injured, you're no longer a pitcher, you play positions, you win 3 best and fairest, 4 grand finals, 4 premierships for Goodwood. You're about to hit 900 games and you're back pitching.
Why not?
So you've recovered from the injury and you bounce back, and you probably, out of the 900 games, what do you reckon you pitched? About 300-400?
No.
300?
No.
But you're
nothing
still,
like that.
your arm's still good.
My arm's
You're
good now.
Good to go.
Yeah, my arm's great because I didn't pitch like Fiji and Chunky during the 2000s and beyond.
That's right.
And Clarkey, for that matter. Maybe even more Clarkey. But, when you can't, when you've got an injury and you can't pitch at that high level. But my arm's got better over the time, to be honest.
Yeah, right.
That's fantastic.
But it's just, it feels okay.
It's that
so
gym
why not?
regime that you have.
Yeah, exactly. But those guys are at the grindstone, and Mildred and guys like that, they've pitched.
Martinez hits long to centre, but I reckon that's catchable, and it is out there in centre field for GK Park Joo-hong. One away for Adelaide.
So, one of the things you've mentioned earlier, Soup, and I think our audience who's listening tonight has realised that Jamie is quite modest and doesn't like talking about himself. But, Jamie, let's talk about the family. You've got an amazing baseball family and sporting family. Your wife played in 2 Olympics, I believe.
One Olympics.
Won a silver or bronze medal.
The best one, the Sydney.
The Sydney one. Selena.
Bronze.
Fantastic softballer and baseball person. She's a tremendous support. And you've been a great support to her as well. I mean, she played at the highest level that you can play at for that sport. And now you've got your son coming through the ranks, who's currently sitting on the bench with the Adelaide Giants.
That's pretty
cool.
Just
come back from an outstanding under-18 nationals. He has scouts jumping all over him. Mate, how proud are you of what he's done? And I've been around you a little bit, and I've seen how much good mates you are with him as well. I mean, just talk through that, or what's happened in the last 3 or 4 years with him.
Well, he's just on a good path at the moment, but his work ethic is great,
And sometimes if you had no luck, you'd have no luck at all. Carr has hit that right to second base to Kim Jil-sung, and that is 2 away.
Hit him where they ain't.
That's it.
But we've just got back from the Nationals in Sydney, and the team, we could have done better, but we lost a key game, unfortunately. And in tournament baseball, anything can happen in those situations, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So, it just didn't work out. But he did well, and Drew Davies hit up a storm, and, there's a number of players that did really well. Greg Bravo got the Fielders Award.
Yeah, so here we go. Once again, he's still being modest. We're talking about Jack, but he's bringing other guys into it, and those players did really, really well. But, we've got an issue with Jack. The issue is that the kid can hit, but he also throws 91 miles an hour. Whereas you as a father and a baseball person...
About 89, 90.
Yeah, well, not 91. All right, so we're going to go to a break. Is that right, Phil?
We are. We're going to wrap it up, I'm afraid, gentlemen.
Yeah, and I want to go back to this because it is important.
Okay, we'll take a break. We'll be back with the 8th. Hope you enjoying the Australian Baseball League.
We'll come back.
just before this inning, and sorry for the people at home, but this is important. So we've got a young fella, Jack, who's throwing 89, 90 miles an hour as Josh Choles pitches his first pitch, curveball, on the outside part of the plate. So we've got Jack. He's a very good pitcher, but he's also an outstanding hitter and an outstanding fielder. What is your process now talking with him?
There's a shot out to right, McCart. Oh, he had it, he lost it. And that is still going to be ruled an out.
So what's your process as a father, one, and what's your process as a baseball person on where you guys are looking at him potentially moving forward to play baseball in the future?
Oh, mate, we're just like, the last week's been amazing. Like, it's been good.
Was it anything you thought it would be like?
Yeah, it was pretty full on, but there's a lot of people there, and you know, he did well. The team could have done better, but they as I said, they lost that key game. But he's getting some interest, and we'll table that, and we're talking to those people, and we'll see what happens.
Is it an interest in both areas, or is it a? I mean, we're not talking Shohei Ohtani here. But we are talking about someone that he's a little bit special. Jack has gone and become a very good pitcher.
Well, he's pitched a couple of games that have been fairly good, and I think it's about the numbers, you know, like with the velo, and one or two of the scouts are saying that the fact that he can hit his home, throw strikes all the time, and you know, he's around the mark, and he's got 3 or 4 pitches that he can throw in those zones. That's key. So, you know, that's important to them.
The other thing is the other big feedback that they get is his attitude. They love the fact that when he's playing the game, that nothing phases him, stays quite calm and cool and collected, and understands the game.
That's a Bushell trait,
exactly.
Bushell trait.
That's right. There's no jumping up and down. It's just if someone's hitting you, you just take a deep breath and make the adjustment and get on with it, right?
Exactly, and you know, he's a bit of a bulldog around the bases as well. Like, so, you know, all those sorts of boxes get ticked, and you know, this is very early days, though. So, obviously, you know, you've been through the signing process. You know, you get it.
He's got good people around him. You know, you're a very good friend, and we talked about him before, Mark Hutton. You know, he's got good people around him. He's got, you know, he keeps himself very busy with his baseball. You know, and you know, I've had a lot to do with Jack. I've known him since he was, you know, basically born, and he's a great kid. So, mate, congratulations to you and Selena for bringing up him and your daughter as well. It's a family process, and you know, I wish you guys all the best with it. I really do, because it's a bloody exciting time. And, you know, there's lots of things that look forward to.
We'll see what happens.
Right.
You know, like, you know, you never know.
I did say, from our club as a junior director and as a coach of Jack's, I would pay money to go and watch him play. Just the way that he takes the game on. Be it as a pitcher, be it as a shortstop, be it as a hitter, base running, whatever it may be. Ball in the dirt, gets past.
Almost a thought of third here. And that's going to be safe. Not too often you see that, where a pass ball, a wild pitch, I'll let the scorers sort that out, end up with a runner taking 2 bags.
Big backstop here, so...
but sometimes the ricochet, it comes back pretty hard and pretty quick, not on that occasion. So we are 1 out. Geelong Korea 90 feet away from a potential second run. Of course, Adelaide leads this 8-2.
And as you can see there too, you know, we're up by 7. The coaches have given our first baseman in Rickson the opportunity to stand behind him, so he wasn't holding him on, so he was able to take a bigger lead as well. He wasn't running hard behind there. January had no idea where the ball was, so a real tough play. You see it here,
and it just bounced up. Once that
was a good play too.
Yeah.
That was the recovery. That could have been the second Geelong career run right there.
So we wish Jack all the best in the coming weeks and year, and as it all transpires.
Who knows?
wish you all the best tomorrow, big fella.
Thank you. Thanks for getting me up.
Thanks for coming
I love
up.
the club and I love playing ball, and I appreciate
Thanks,
it.
mate.